some people.
Have Paul Ryan and his entire GOP leadership team converted to Islam? You might be asking yourself that question when you hear today's message. This is Charles Benninghoff, and I want to alert you to the GOP leadership team's response to the Orlando massacre committed by a Muslim terrorist named Omar Mateen. After that attack, which was, by the way, in a gun-free zone, Paul Ryan's team rushed a bill to the House floor called the, quote, Countering Terrorist Radicalization Act, close quote. It was entered in the House as H.R. 5471, and we've linked to a copy of it on our action page, which I'll tell you how to get to in just a second. I hope this message will spur you into speaking out if you care about the safety and security of our great country. I'll tell you right now, this bill will do nothing to prevent future terrorist attacks, and the bill was sponsored and authored by the United Nations in behest of Saudi Arabia. I wish I were kidding, but all the proof of these claims is on our action page. If you want to take action to help us defeat this bill, go to our action page. To do that, mouse over the video screen on your PC or tap your mobile device to find the link. It'll pop up on your upper right corner. Think back to all the times when Paul Ryan and his lackeys have criticized Obama for never mentioning the term Islamic terrorism. Well, guess what? The bill they're trying to rush through the House never mentions it either. Read it for yourself on our action page. It's there. Instead, the bill refers to countering violent extremism. What is countering violent extremism? Well, it's also known as the CVE, and it's a United Nations plan which is used as a term of art to describe yet another new UN treaty. One lurking in the background, folks. The UN Countering Violent Extremism Treaty is primarily funded by Saudi Arabia. The primary purpose of CVE is to ensure that the word terrorist never appears in the same sentence as the word Muslim. The UN has identified the factors that lead a person to becoming a so-called violent extremist. That sounds helpful, doesn't it? Well, here we go. According to the United Nations, here are the factors that create what a violent extremist is. Witnessing torture, having a friend or relative killed by the police or the government, an unfair trial, the loss of property, seeing a parent humiliated, and last but not least, being denied a personal loan. Does that sound like any Muslim terrorist you've ever heard of? I ask you. Noticeably absent from the UN's list are the Quran, terror, and mayhem, preaching in Islamic mosques, and the jihad culture of the Middle East. That is what Paul Ryan's leadership team is trying to push through the House right now, even as they attempt to increase the number of unvetted, fighting-age Muslim warriors coming here as refugees. H.R. 5741 never mentions Islamic terrorism, but it creates yet another federal oversight board, probably which will be manned by Muslim Brotherhood members, and those members will be tasked with holding meetings and ensuring that the FBI does not spy on mosques. Americans are getting killed because the Obama administration and many politicians refuse to even name the enemy. This has to stop. Too many people are being killed by Muslim terrorists, and if we can't have an adult discussion about that, the attacks will only continue and eventually will succeed in shutting down our country in a framework of terror. Please speak out against this atrocious bill. Click the icon in the upper right corner to go to our action page and send personalized letter to Congress today demanding this bill not be passed. Tell them to defeat this rhino bill that was written by Saudi Arabia and the UN and is being pushed by the mad mullah of Madison, Paul Ryan. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many, many blessings.
This bill must be stopped in the Senate, so speak out today. From our action page on our website, use the form to the right of the video to select a program. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to go to our action page. The Senate could vote on this bill at any time, so please speak out now.
Satan can't make me doubt it. It's real and I'm gonna shout it. I was there when it happened, and I guess I ought to know.